Welcome to the advisory. The advisory. The advisory. Say it 3 times into a mirror and we appear behind you and solve all of your life's problems. And then we undo them and we make them worse. And then you die. I'm James.
Shit. That's scary.
You got it. You know the next bit. I'm James.
Yes, you are. You're my friend James.
So close. That's David.
Who is?
It's not important. It's not important. Don't worry about it. David.
Okay.
We do have a post show coming up with a short story, so make sure you stick around after the show today.
You don't have to tell me. I wrote it.
It's Easter time, okay? And
Yep.
Easter is all about days off work, chocolate, something to do with a guy named Jesus, but mainly chocks, okay? And
Yep.
when it comes to the chocks of today,
Mm-hmm.
they just ain't egging like they used to.
Okay, tell me more.
Well,
This is interesting already. I'm already deeply invested. Like, what do you mean by that?
no one knows that better than a woman named Hillian Fern, who has kept her Easter egg for 60 years. Well, I'm gonna give you a little peep at Hillian right there. There's Hillian, and there's her
What the? Hang on, let me bring
Last
you
of
up on the
Us
big
style mushroom-looking egg.
What the heck are we looking at? This is something to look at, huh?
Yeah.
It's sort of got for the audio listener. It's sort of a big egg, and it's sort of wrapped in a plastic wrap. There's sort of a bow. There look to be some kind of growths in there, but I can't tell if that's sort of part of the packaging or not.
I think that's a part of it. That's a part of the design.
Or it could be how the cordyceps begin. You know, you don't know.
That is true.
But and she's looking at us and she seems very pleased with herself.
She's fucked, dude. She, like a pig in shit. She is.
Yeah.
Look at how
Demon.
happy she is with that egg.
Happiest woman on the planet.
Now, unlike other teens her age, when she was 13, she was given this gorgeous Easter egg by her father. And she didn't immediately crack that bad boy open because she said, and I quote, "It's too pretty to eat." And she simply knew that she had to keep a hold of it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Just back up a second.
Yeah.
Just so that we're clear before we proceed, the primary purpose of a chocolate Easter egg is what?
To keep it forever.
No, see, I get the instinct there.
Protect
That's a
it
common mistake.
with
That's
my
a common
life.
mistake. What you should do is eat it. But that's a common misunderstanding that I see all the time is people try to keep it for 60 years.
That's
Yeah.
never really
Super
thought of it that way
normal
before.
Thing to do. Also, when you're 13 and someone gives you fucking candy, your instinct is not to gobble that shit. Even when you're given candy and you're allowed to eat it, and they're like, "Hey, maybe don't eat it in one sitting." You know what you're gonna do? Eat that shit in one sitting every time and make yourself sick.
Yeah, I mean, particularly because she was given it in 1960. And I feel like kids in 1960 are just, you'd hoe into that, like straight up. Like that shows.
She would have never seen sugar before. Like,
I've read about this sugar that on television.
Easter morning, Dad walks in, hands her an egg, and she goes, "What is this sweet smelling substance that covers this egg?" And he goes, No, the egg is made of chocolate.
Yeah.
And she would have, "Is that from the war?" And he would have said, No, it's sort of a sweet treat that you can have at home. And she would have said, "But Dad, I thought that baked beans were a sweet treat we had at home. What is this new thing you sugar?"
Yes.
And she would have, and perhaps it was more of a confusion than an instinct to, a new thing. You come across something new, you want to study it. So maybe that was the, kind of archaeologically minded young person.
Yeah.
You come across something called sugar and you just want to sort of keep it and work out what is all going on with it,
Yeah. And I mean, at that point, she'd probably seen her friends getting all hepped up on shugs and didn't really want to,
get involved.
Yeah.
She would have finished sweeping the chimneys, which is what she would do every day, I assume, in the 60s.
A hard day's labor of chimney sweeping. Yeah.
And then she would have come home into her bedroom, covered in soot.
Today is the day.
Looked at it on the mantle.
Today's the day. I'm gonna crack into that bad boy.
Yeah. And never did. Good discipline.
The chocolate egg is decorated with yellow icing in the shape of daffodils.
Yeah, oh, that's the growth
Yeah.
I saw. Okay.
I'm not convinced that that was the original design. I think she sort of adapted that
Daffodil.
based
Okay.
on the mushrooms that are growing out of it. And apparently it
Mhm.
contains a bag of toffees and chocolates. I guess we'll never know, obviously. um, she's gone real national treasure on those, and she's keeping them inside
She
forever.
she could have said it contains anything.
Yeah.
So, oh, actually, it has the Ark of the Covenant in there. We
Yeah.
wouldn't know.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
wouldn't know.
It actually has the plans for the next face that was going to go up on Mount Rushmore, but
Yeah.
no one will ever
It's
see it.
it's got those plans, and also the Death Star plans are in there.
Uh,
It's a very valuable artifact.
Hillian has now amazingly kept the Easter egg for a whopping 63 years, and the self-confessed chocoholic now spends £80 a month, which is 150 Australian dollars, on a cool storage container to keep the chocolate from melting. So this is like, she's committed to this. She's committed to the choc.
If you're investing in infrastructure,
Yeah.
you've crossed some kind of line
You've come too far.
that you can't come back from, Ken.
Oh,
like
yeah.
this is your person. You can't go to a dinner party and talk about anything else except this. Like, you have crossed a threshold where this is now just this is your identity.
Yeah.
You're the egg lady.
Yeah.
You used to be, what's her name, James?
Hillian Fern.
You used to be Hillian, mother of 3, ex-lawyer, very successful lawyer. You're now just the egg lady.
You're the egg lady, yeah.
And you kind of took a gander down the periscope of the future at that potential situation, and you said, "Sign me up." I would, yes, please, sailor. Put me on the boat to the future. I'm the egg lady.
She says that she still remembers the day that she was given the egg in 1960 and plans to keep it for the rest of her life. Quote, it was simply too pretty that I didn't want to eat it. I thought to myself, I'll keep this until Whitsun. I don't know what Whitsun is, but 1960s lingo, you know what I mean? Yes, I will keep this until I have swept a 19th chimney and on the Whitsun.
That sounds like some Lord of the Rings shit. Yes, I shall take the egg and travel to Whitsun in order to meet the king.
Yes, when I have met the dwarves of Whitsun, only then shall I reward myself.
With their blessing, shall I be able to feast?
And I shall share the egg amongst the people of Whitsun. But she never ate it then. So she thought, I'll keep it till Christmas. And then Christmas came around, she still didn't eat it. And she said now it's become a bit of a challenge to see how long she can hold out. And now she's been holding out for 63 years and doesn't plan to give in to temptation, which I would say is probably a lot easier now, considering that if she did tuck into it, it might fully fucking kill her dead.
Do you think, I don't want to be that guy, but is it possible that she doesn't like chocolate?
Well, she's a self-confessed chocoholic, so...
Yeah, but that's what you would say if you didn't like chocolate and were given a fancy egg by your dad.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm
in
saying?
1960, dude, like, he's paid a lot for this, and she's gone,
He's...
chocolate.
Oh,
my favorite.
Love it.
I can't wait to tuck into this. But I shall leave it until Whitsun. You know,
this feels to me like a lie that has just run rampant, and now has taken on an identity of its own,
and has taken over her life. Apparently,
well, her personality. She's not.
Who's got $150 a month to kick to a cool room storage?
What's the maximum that you would spend to keep this egg cool? If she turned up on your, in the same way that like if someone turned up and gave you like a sourdough starter, what's like the maximum that you would spend fiscally per month to keep this egg alive? If she turned up and was like, James, I bequeath upon you the Whitsun egg of the dwarves that you may feast in the future in my absence, and she passes it on to you.
I'll tell you this. There'll be no additional cost outlaid. Okay, it'll go into my fridge or freezer, and I'll keep it in there until I need that space, and then it's the first thing that I'm chucking.
First thing gone.
Yeah. If I've
so
got if I buy like some delicious cookies and cream ice cream, and that's taken up prime real estate in there, I'm whipping that 63-year-old egg in the bin.
Do you think? See, that's interesting, because here's the thing, right? Because I'm not really a sweets guy. Right. Okay. I mean, I'm a sweet guy, but I'm not like a sweets guy.
Oh, notoriously bitter, but yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like one of those like salted caramel plus honey. I'm sweet and bitter and so I've got all of the
Oh,
flavors
right,
in me.
yeah, and you
Yeah.
go, "Where the fuck's the
You
caramel and the
just
honey?" Yeah.
yeah, you just lick me right up. That
Yeah.
it was one of those things that like in my and then I said it and then I heard it and then I hated it. But it's
Yeah.
done and we need to move on. Don't clip that, James.
It
The
was the
thing
sorry, it was the first thing that I did
um
there, yeah.
I actually have to go. My mom's calling. I think dinner's ready. I have to go home. I got to run across the. I have to leave your house and go home because dinner's ready. Actually,
Yeah,
because
definitely.
I can actually hear my mom calling, so I'm
For
gonna have to
sure, for
go.
sure.
To eat dinner. It's not you and
No, no, no,
this
no.
hang.
No.
I just have to go. I just
Yeah,
have to go.
prior
It's I can hear it.
commitments.
You can't hear it because
Yeah.
I have really sophisticated hearing. But your hearing
Not
is
a yeah,
obviously
not
not.
a yeah, obviously, yeah, not a
Yeah.
way that I've heard someone describe their own hearing before, but sure,
Which it's better than yours is what I'm saying, and that's how I can hear that
definitely.
I need to go home. So I'm gonna do that and leave this bit now.
Yeah, that's cool. So Hellion says that she's quite impressed with her willpower because again, she's always loved chocolate. She's still really selling it.
Don't believe her. Don't believe her.
There was something special about the egg that I wanted to keep, and after a while, it became too precious to eat. To protect the egg from melting, I paid for it to go into storage. I might seem silly, but I want to make sure it remains in perfect condition. Mm. It's 63 years old and it's edible, so I don't know how long you can really keep it in perfect condition, but sure.
Yeah, okay.
It's in
I mean, what does
Warwickshire.
that day look like, by the way? When you wake up that morning and you go, it's kind of getting summery out.
Right,
I
yeah.
need to make some honey. Just listen. I'll be in to have breakfast in a minute. I just need to make some phone calls because it's getting kind of summery out. Yeah, I know that our infant children need me to be there and spend time with them. I just have to make some phone calls because my egg could get too warm.
Well, I'm more impressed about how she was able to sort of keep it cool, refrigerated, and intact all throughout her entire childhood. Because
Does it
sure,
say, well, yeah, but it was cold in the 60s, right?
what?
It was like
Well,
depression times and
all those
whatever.
bloody
Yeah.
cars and Greta Thunberg and all them, bloody warming up the planet or something. Um,
Hmm.
in war, so okay, so it's in Warwickshire, but she's moved nearer to her daughter in Wales. But when she did live
Oh,
nearby to it,
it's
she
rough.
would go and visit it occasionally. In the cold
This
storage.
what this no, this isn't like a oh, I've bought like a gold nugget that's in like the
Yeah,
treasury or something, and I go and look at it once a year to remind
to
myself that one day
marvel
it's
at it. Yeah,
yeah. This is not
or maybe
you
it
can't
is.
no.
The sugar daffodils used to be bright yellow, but now they're turning a bit brown. But the egg is still intact, and all the chocolates and toffees are still inside.
So she says.
So she says. She is one
Mm.
extended power outage away from this 60+ year run, and it like just fully ending in a puddle of chalk.
Oh no, she's got a backup Jenny that's hooked up and ready to go. Like,
That's why,
the
yeah,
fail safe.
that's why she's paying
Yeah,
$150 a month because she went to the really like secure one, the one that's
she got
it's on the
the
hospital line, and even if the power does go down, there's backup generators. Yeah,
the the same guys that do the like nuclear bunker installations for like the US government, where it's like even if the entire power grid is knocked out by an EMP, they can still fire the nukes if they have to.
yeah,
She's employed them to build her a cold storage facility. It's if the bombs do drop, it's going to survive
yeah,
because it's full. Like this thing, the safest place in Wales, if you ever unfortunately find yourself in Wales, RIP, I apologize, but if you do happen to be in Wales, this is the safest place you could be at any one time, is wherever this egg is.
yeah. And there he is. Just to finish it out, there's Hellion and her egg. This thing is like a cockroach, unkillable.
It's gonna outlive all of us. Is it looking at me? Feels like it's looking at me.
The egg,
I don't know.
yeah, there is something.
Yeah.
There's something sinister
Like
about it. I don't like it.
Yeah. Is this maybe she made a pact with whatever creature inhabits the egg? You know what I'm saying? Like, and in 100 years it shall hatch and devour all. You know?
Oh, okay, yeah, like yeah,
Yeah.
it's sort of like some type of end of
Like a
days prophecy
yeah,
type.
Cthulhu
Yeah,
style.
I see that.
Maybe it's because I've been writing lots of horror lately for the show, but like it just I don't trust it.
I
I
talked
don't
about
trust
how
it.
I used to tell my husband, who went on to divorce me, that the egg would whisper to me. I could hear it
every night when I slept.
every night for a 1 month, up until Whitsun, of course. I heard the egg whispering to me, "Protect me."
And upon Whitsun, I whispered back.
Yeah. It was a full moon, that Whitsun.
'Twas the winter solstice when I last heard the voice.
So
good stuff.
Congratulations to Hellion, and hey, good luck. Congrats and good luck.
Yeah, and also like you're right. You okay?
Oh, don't ask her that. Don't ask her that. Yeah. I don't want to. Yeah,
we don't want to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just sort of. She tells the story, and then you go, "Sick." Don't dive into that. Don't dive into that.
Did you go? That's great. We are here. There's a fundraiser for the high school academic extension program, but that's a really great story.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go and talk to
literally anyone.
literally anyone else.
Yeah, I actually have to go over here now. So
I'm gonna go talk to my ex-husband, who I fucking hate, instead of you, because it's better than literally this right here.
The egg comes for us all. What did you say? Sorry, you whispered that under your breath. What did you say just then?
Is that a threat? Are you threatening me?
Walk away from me and the egg will find you. What the fuck did you just say, lady?
It's hey James, that's something. That's something.
Easter, a new version of horror, Easter horror.
Oh, it's good. This is the kind of thing where, like, if you ever feel like you're doing something in your life that's kind of weird and you feel like people might judge you for, don't even worry about it, because this person exists.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah. There are people that have, intimate relationships with, like, statues and stuff. And, so it's cool. You're doing all right is what I'm saying.
What?
Old episode of Weird But Wonderful, there was a person that was in a long-distance relationship with the Statue of Liberty, and then they obviously stopped. They broke up with the Statue of Liberty, and then they went on to having an intimate relationship with a chandelier that they bought on eBay. So, called Lumia. The chandelier's name was Lumia.
We just started the episode. That's the first segment. You can't say things
like
that.
The egg poisons us all, David. Okay,
we have to stream for another hour and a half, and you say that shit to me. Someone's a long distance relationship with the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
I don't even know if the French did anything up under that skirt when they built it.
Well, if anyone knows about it, it's them. So
we should ask. Or is that creepy? I don't know. I don't be misconstrued.
Yeah, I don't want to pry into people's relationships,
No. If you want to fuck a statue, I guess that's not hurting anyone, technically.
Yourself, maybe? Grazers.
Yeah. But like, chase your bliss, I guess. I don't know how to feel about that.
Well, indecent exposure, but
what if no one's around?
Still a crime. Still a crime.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
It's not that. Yeah. If I fuck a statue in the woods, is it still a crime? I don't know how that works. Yeah.
We have to move on, because that's a real philosophical conundrum we are not equipped to answer, James.
No, not on this show.
No.
Maybe the post show.
Maybe after hours.
Yeah.
Do you have a question you want to start with? Because these are all extremely good, by the way.
Oh man, let's jump into the Easter dinner. A surprise Easter dinner.
Yep. I've got too many tabs open. Give me a second. Surprise Easter dinner. Shallst I readeth the question, or shallst youeth readeth the question?
I'll start reading the questions at Whitsun, but up until then, I think probably you should tackle them.
Okay, I can do that. Whenever Whitsun is, I mean, I know when it is, but I'm an expert actually. From when I last encountered.
And you're prepared for Whitsun. Obviously, you've got the.
I got the chalk. I have my silver axe to fight off the demons.
Yeah.
And I have my level 3 cloak of protection, so I'm good to go. Actually,
you have the skirt made of hay.
It's a kilt, but Yeah, I do have that.
Okay, good. Yeah.
It's a kilt when I wear it.
Just making sure. Just making
Okay.
sure, yeah.
No, that's fine. James, this question comes from Aronakis, which is a good mouthfeel. Aronakis on Reddit. 2 years ago, my new brother-in-law over for Easter and my significant other and one other. I had mine. So 2 years ago, I had my brother-in-law over for Easter and my significant other and one other. I had planned a great meal ham. Fuck, I hate the way that people on Reddit write things. I planned a great meal ham, potatoes, lasagna, rolls, and veggies.
This ain't a regular ham, all right? This ain't your run-of-the-mill fucking ham. This is a meal ham.
Great meal ham.
Yeah.
It's not just a meal ham, it's a great one.
It's a great meal ham.
So the way that this should have read is, I had planned a great meal, ham, potatoes, lasagna, rolls, and veggies.
Yeah.
I was notified 2 hours before they arrived that the rest of the family was showing up. Oh, shit. Now, a dinner for 5 now became a dinner for 22. I went into overdrive. I didn't have time for another ham, so I just made sides. Homemade mac and cheese, more potatoes. I literally emptied my freezer cooking sides and extras. By the time everyone arrived, we had 5 pounds of tarragon potatoes, homemade mac and cheese with smoked Gouda and bacon. Ham as the main course, homemade risotto, 4 different vegetables frozen, so not homemade.
Damn. Sounds pretty good.
By the time I sat down to eat, by the time I sat down to eat and most had left, all the food was gone. I ate a dinner roll that night and some mixed veggies.
That's awful.
Well, that's brutal. Like your entire freezer, like all of your rainy day food, like all of your mac and cheese stuff for when you like get a bit too high and you're like, I fancy some mac, all gone. And you had a dinner roll and some frozen peas.
And your reward for that was, a lonely dinner roll after everyone had left. So cool.
After they've left, you didn't even get to eat while they were there. Last night, I was told my cooking is bland and my dinner 2 years ago was a disaster. I was then asked by the same person to host Easter this year. I declined. Cool. Now I'm being told I'm petty and nobody knows what they will do for Easter. So there's tension on my wife's side. Here's the thing. My recipes are from cookbooks. I don't just make up a recipe. I use tried and true recipes, and when entertaining, I've never had a complaint. This is the most like family gaslight, like everyone here who knows what actually happened is doing you a disservice, because you know that half of the people that turn up had no idea that they weren't expected, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the 4 or 5 people that do know that you were put on the spot at the last minute and still managed to feed everyone except yourself, impressive. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I mean, hats off to you for even being able to put food up. I mean, you crushed it.
Legit. Yeah.
I think that if that was me though, I would have had to, if someone came and they're like, oh, really quick, slipped my mind, I'm sorry, I didn't mention this before. That dinner for 5, actually a dinner for 22, I would have gone, oh, okay. I would have calmly gathered my things, walked to my car, and driven off to start a new life, because that's, I mean, first of all, that's the only response you can have in a situation like that, and obviously the only response that the people coming deserve because of their
This rarely applies, James, but my timeless advice of fake your death, move countries does apply here, because that's the only way that you get out of this with any kind of positive outcome.
Yeah.
Any kind of positive outcome.
I mean, obviously you're not gonna, I mean, like, why would they even want me to do the meal again? Hey, real quick, by the way, that meal you cooked 2 years ago, that fucking sucked. Anyways, big dinner party coming up next week. Gonna need you to do all of it again, but try to make it suck less this time.
See, I don't think they actually want you to do it a second time. I think they just wanted a reason to bring it up again.
Oh, okay.
Like maybe you're hanging out and someone's like, oh yeah, but we're going to such and such as for dinner next weekend, and then one of your sisters-in-law is like, well, I mean, we all know James can't throw a party, so it'll have to be better than that.
Right.
Like it's sort of very, I feel it's a bit passive aggressive in a way that I think is shitty.
Well, I would go.
Also, how did you whip out a lasagna? Oh no, they already had the lasagna.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like that. Okay, right. So they've invented mac and cheese out of nowhere and just done all the potatoes they had. Okay, this is impressive. In retrospect, like I don't think I could do this. I'd have to go to the shops. I could do this in a pinch, but like
I wouldn't do it. Pieces of shit. Next time around, what you need to do is you got to do a cover charge at the door, and you Mrs. Doubtfire them, and you take that money, and then you go buy a meal from a restaurant, and you pass it off as your own.
You Uber Eats some. You do the steamed ham scenario.
Yeah, and so there's like a very fancy meal for everyone, but I'm just taking it out of the fucking containers and putting it on, and charged everyone for it. Yeah.
A cover charge here is not a bad idea if you're cooking for 22 people. Like that's a big hit fiscally, if nothing else.
Well, then my other idea is, could we secretly contact each person and say, hey, I'm doing the Easter dinner again, obviously. Hey, real quick. I've always loved that potato bake that you do. Oh, well, always been a big fan.
This is well, that's a normal thing to do, James.
You could maybe bring that for Easter. And then bring something. You secretly say that to everyone. You give a different item, and then you cook nothing. And then you only eat the food that they prepared. And then that way, also pass it off as your own, because fuck them. But then if anyone complains, you get to hit them with the old...
That was actually Susie.
Hey, did you hate that food?
She fucked it up.
It was your food.
You cooked it. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Damn, that's devious, man. That's like, you're meeting them on their level, I feel.
Yeah. It's like that time Noel Fielding, he put a microphone to his head when he was doing stand-up, and he was going like this, and he said that he was doing his show telepathically, and that way, if no one liked the jokes, it was their own fault. So it's it's the meal version of that.
Meal version of that. I guess my only suggestion, other than obviously, start a new life, is I feel there's a way that you can flip this back onto someone else. Sorry?
Flip it back onto someone else, you were saying? Yep.
What did you say while I was talking?
I said get everyone else to bring a plate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's, you said that get everyone to bring a plate is a good option. Could you say yes, and then at the last minute do the same thing they did to you and be like, oh, actually, my power's out. We have to do it at whoever's place was that put it on you in the first place.
Oh,
2 years ago. Could you flip it back on them?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. You tell dog, yes. Okay, we're gonna combine our ideas.
Yeah.
We're gonna secretly contact everyone and say, oh, Jenny didn't tell you? We've actually moved it to her place. And then so like 2 hours before Jenny and them are even supposed to come to yours, you rock up to her place with everyone, and they're expecting, this 22-person meal. And then you say, hey, Jenny, better not be bland. Hit her with that one. Hit her with her own insult. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Better not be bland, because I know how much you hate that.
Wordy. It's a little wordy, but yeah. I get what you're saying.
We can workshop it.
Yeah.
We can workshop it. We got time. Yeah. I mean, I think we solved that, if we're being completely honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
It's kind of easy. Sometimes in the show, we start with an easy piece of advice. Just to get it's like when you do the warm up before the game.
Right.
You get out there, stretch out the muscles, get the blood flowing. That was kind of that one, because we just kind of ooped that in one. We touched that down. We scored that goal. We crossed that line first.
Definitely.
Sports.
Some of my favorites were mentioned.
What about
that?
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. We love a sport.
Definitely on this podcast, notoriously.
This famous people always ask us, stop talking about sports.
Shut up about the bloody sports already. Do some advice.
Can't help it.
Yeah.
Can't help it. I just love the game. I just love the game.
David, this one's from Daggerborn on Reddit, and he's asking, this past Easter, my wife's family came over. For Easter Day, we had a great time. Then toward the end, it was time to do an egg hunt. But we decided to wait for my brother-in-law, who's 17, to get off work because he wanted to do the egg hunt too. Maybe you're a bit old to be doing an egg hunt at 17, but whatever, you know.
Wasn't gonna say anything. I was just gonna sit on it for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit too old, but whatever, you know.
I think. What do you think is like the age cap? 12?
13? Like
13?
when you hit like being a teenager, maybe that's when you
okay
pack it in.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Unless, hey, we're being a little bit short-sighted. You can do an egg hunt for any age group. Okay.
You can.
Yeah.
It just looks different. Like if I'm going around and I'm collecting some eggs,
right?
And those eggs have a little something in them. You know, a little bit of.
Okay.
And every egg I eat, I get a bit higher until I can't find any more eggs.
Yeah.
Because that drops the skill curve. That kind of brings everyone back to the same level.
Okay.
Because I think often with Easter egg hunts, there's always one kid who's like way better at it than everybody else.
Do you know what I can't fucking stand? There's one dog shit kid, right? Who can't fucking and you know what happens? The fucking adults start helping him. Oh,
the
buddy.
Grown-ups do it.
Oh, what's that? What's
Joey,
that under the chair over there?
Joey staying behind. Okay.
Dad, shut up. Okay. This is an even playing field, Dad. All right.
Why are you Why are you coaching him?
Sarah, there's one up at
everyone else.
Sometimes I like to have a barbecue. Checking the bloody barbecue. Dad, stop helping them. You know what I mean?
Interference on the play is what that is.
Yeah, Dad, intos on the egg hunt, Dad.
That's a technical foul, Dad. Can I tell you a real life true story about
piece of shit, Dad?
A real life true story about me and Easter egg hunts. When I was 24 years old, when I was in HR, our head of HR said, "Hey, wouldn't it be fun if we did an Easter egg hunt around the office?" To which I said, "No, that does not sound fun at all." And she said, "Oh, that wasn't really a request."
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. She bossed you right there.
And so me and
David,
one of the
I actually wasn't asking. When I said I wanted an egg hunt to happen, what I should have said was fucking make it happen, dude.
Yeah, it was a pretty embarrassing moment for me. I'd thank you not to dwell on that part of it.
You're right. I'm sorry for bringing it up.
Hey, I understand.
My bad for bringing it up.
Very sensitive issue.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, very emasculating for me. And you've brought that up in front of our friends and our colleagues on this here podcast.
Guys, I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
It's not just the audience, it's everyone in the tech room, it's all of our lawyers. And as always, it's the entire office building who we play this to live when we do it. So what you've done there is you've taken any authority I had left in this business and you've flushed it down the loo.
Yeah.
So I accept your apology. Next time, think a little further ahead. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, sure.
That's all I'm saying. But anyway, so she makes me and this other woman in the office, I shit you not, everyone goes into like a conference meeting that we didn't need to be in because we were in like a slightly adjacent team.
Right.
And she makes us.
Yeah.
She orders, and she literally comes out and like puts like a bunch of fucking like, Cadbury egg thing, like, the kind of medium-sized eggs and a roll of tape and goes, "Go forth and hide these eggs." And after a while,
here are the materials. Gets to egg hunting. Yeah.
Gets to egg hiding, James.
Yes.
We were the hiders, not the hunters.
Yeah.
And so, it starts off normal. Under the desk. I slipped one. It's between two files, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But after about 15 minutes,
3 weeks from that point, someone was like, "Oh, where's the Jackson report actually? Oh yeah, fuck, I'll just go get that." Going through the filing cabinet, and did someone shit in this? What the fuck is this, guys? What is this? Is this?
Let me finish.
Is this
Let me
shit?
finish this. Let me finish this.
Oh, guys, it's chocolate. Guys, it's chocolate. Thank God.
James, you may have precogged where some of the issues might have occurred.
Okay.
So after about 15 minutes, we hide most of the eggs. We still have a bunch left over. And it's just like not that many places to hide them in a corporate office. So
yeah.
So I'm already pissed off that I'm being forced to do this. I'm being paid a lot of money per hour to do it, but I'm kind of irritated. So I start getting a little silly with it. So I'm doing stuff like I'm taping it like on top of a monitor arm in such an angle that unless you're directly standing over it, you can't see it. I'm doing that kind of thing.
Yep.
And the only instruction we had from our boss was like, just remember where you put the eggs.
Sorry. Sorry.
Impossible, first of all.
So I don't get to participate is what you're saying. Because I now have to remember where all of them go. And I've got the fucking cheat sheet up here.
I've got it up in the dome. Well, I didn't want to participate anyway. But so
did she that's a pretty important detail. Did she tell you that at the beginning, or was this halfway through egg hiding?
Well, because we're a slightly adjacent team than the main department, we weren't going to be participating anyway.
Okay.
Like we were like talent acquisition. We weren't technically the core HR team at that point.
But when she said, she's like, here are the materials, go forth and craft the best egg hunt anyone's ever seen. Did she say, oh, by the way, remember where you hid all of these?
Yes.
Or you had already started hiding them and she said, oh, guys, remember where you hid them, by the way?
It was, no, so she kind of said, oh, and we need to make sure. She said, okay, I think what she initially said is, this was years ago, but I think she said something like, make sure that they're easy to find. And then it was when she came back into the office and I was standing on a ladder taping a Easter egg to a fan blade that she said, hey, make sure you remember where you put them all.
Yeah. And maybe now, make it so that they don't come flying at someone's fucking eyeball at 72 kilometers an hour,
Well, so yeah, listen, it's not important. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so I hide a bunch of these eggs.
Yeah. Sorry, make them easy to find as well. I'm sorry, that's conflicting. You've given me conflicting tasks here. Create the greatest egg hunt the world has ever seen. Also make them easy to find. What is this?
So what ends up happening? What ends up happening is it's a competition, and whoever gets, there's like prizes for first, second, third. Whoever finds the most number of eggs gets the
most eggs,
$30 Coles Woolworths voucher or some shit, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And we knew how many eggs there were because we knew how many packets from Woolworths and how many per packet.
Okay.
So we get to about half an hour through, and the boss just says, "Hey, we'll call it." And we kind of like, we go, okay, this person got, we go around and tally up who's got how many. And I kind of went, we appear to be at least an entire packet short of eggs that are just around this office.
Yeah.
And my boss goes, oh, that's okay.
Attention,
David.
Attention, everyone. I don't mean to alarm anybody. Please don't let this rattle you, and please don't run for the exits. There is a packet of caramello eggs loose in this office building, and we don't know where they are, and I don't want any of you to panic. 2 weeks from now, you might discover a shit somewhere. It's not a shit. It's just an egg.
But don't lick it just on the off chance.
Yeah.
This is still a corporate office.
Use your other senses before taste, guys, please.
Right. So this, we realize this as she's, declaring the winner and doing this, and, everyone kind of goes about their business, and she comes over to us. She's like, hey, so you guys remember where all those eggs were? And I was like, some of them. And so I went around and I found like a handful of them, and we were still like more than half a packet short.
Yeah.
And so what ended up happening in a corporate office where grown-ups, at a university, like it's a lot of people have paid a lot of money to do really important stuff.
Yeah.
Every kind of 2 to 3 weeks, someone would post in like our shared Skype channel, like, found another egg. And it would be like a photo of like someone had pulled apart their desk to rewire their PC, and there's just an egg taped to like the back of the desk.
Right. Yeah.
But obviously, because it's Brisbane during summer when the aircon's off, it had melted.
Yeah.
So it's just a melty egg taped to it. And this went on for a number of months.
Guys, there's a puddle of chocolate taped to my desk. Does anyone know anything about that?
And so that's all fine. And you know, we keep a mental log of like, okay, well, we think there's like 2 eggs left. They moved the entire office around at one point. And it was the kind of move where they were moving so many teams that they basically paid like a bunch of corporate people to like a corporate moving service to come in and do it. So basically you packed your desk down into like a Tupperware box.
Yeah.
And then they would move it and then reset it up somewhere else.
Okay.
Nothing weird about that. But because it was the first time a lot of this stuff had been moved in 2 years, and since we did the egg hunt, almost all of the eggs were accounted for during this process.
Since E-Day, so
some of them, the tape had worn off, and they'd be beneath like a sit-stand mechanism. They'd just been crushed, and we're just sort of like stuck to both sides of it. And we got to the end of this thing, and we were 1 egg short. And so we all, 1 or 2, I think, like it was a small amount. And we all went, that's fine. Yeah. Surely we've miscounted. Someone's found an egg and not said anything. Yeah. That's a cleaner's found one and chucked it out, of course.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until next summer when they turned all the fans on and an egg went poof across the office. Missed my boss by like that much.
Yeah. And killed Mark from accounts.
That was when we went, well, the egg hunt's finally over. And it's nearly Easter again. So should we just restart?
So should I pick that one back up and I'll just sort of put it back, or
tape it, or
tape them?
So it was like a 12-month egg hunt in a corporate office. If you're out there and you run a corporate office or you work in a corporate office and someone suggests this, don't do it. It's not going to end well. Okay? There's only so many times that like in the space of a single month, someone can hand a very important file to the associate director of your department, only to discover a melted egg stuck to the side of it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not good for the kind of vibe. It is funny, though.
Yeah. You say, a little bit of leftover team building on that one. So you can...
A little bit of leftover corporate team building.
Just a little bit of team building left on that document there. Feel free to lick it as you peruse.
You can wrap it up.
Yeah.
It's free for you. Lap up that team spirit.
Yeah, snack it while you're eating. That's fine.
Yeah. That's my egg hunt story, James.
So this guy, he's having the Easter egg hunt. They're waiting on the brother-in-law to come around. He's 17. Most of this family was not participating. So this guy's 31. His wife's 31. They have 2 boys, one age 3 and the other is 1. And they were the main hunters, and the rest of us wanted to help.
Okay. That's of an age where I'm fine.
Yeah.
That's not interference. That's required training wheel type scenario.
It's sorry, but if you're in the game and you're getting outside help, that's in toes. Okay? So...
If the 1-year-old, fine. The 3-year-old,
I'm going to go no on both. I'm going to go no on both. Okay? You know what? Maybe umpire, the 1-year-old sits out. Okay? Because I'm 17. I'm here to fucking break necks and cash eggs, dude. Okay? I'm gonna fucking get all of these goddamn eggs. This kid's 1. He's not even gonna get any.
Jay, buddy, no one's on the other side of this. Okay? No, you don't have to get mad. No one's on the other side of this argument. We all agree with you.
Sorry.
Okay?
Sorry.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about intos. I got worked up about intos. You know, that's
rules are important. Good sportsmanship is important. Intos always get your blood boiling. I get it.
Good sportsmanship is not more important than fucking winning, dude. Okay?
James, without good sportsmanship, are you really winning?
Yeah, you're fucking crushing it.
That's true. Yeah. You know what? You might be. That wasn't rhetorical. I'm glad that you pointed that out.
My mother-in-law hides money and various other prizes in the eggs. My brother-in-law was going to hunt and made his intentions clear that he was going to search for only the money and prizes. Well, I tell him...
What?
Well, there's an Easter egg hunt going on, right? The mother-in-law, she puts out some eggs, and inside those eggs is money and prizes.
I'm not insane. What are you talking about? What?
This is like a fancy... They've elevated. You know, this is a very elevated Easter egg hunt.
I bite into the Cadbury, and within is a little bit of gold bullion.
Well, I'd imagine it's more sort of like a Kinder Surprise like capsule. You know what I mean? And
what's in the capsule?
And a 20, you know, that kind of vibe.
Oh, okay. Now I'm interested.
Yeah.
Okay, this has already happened. We can't get involved in this.
I mean, we can do our own.
This egg hunt.
I mean, I'm not gonna get you to make it, because last time you set up an egg hunt,
never find them.
We never found it, and also,
and if I expense
it,
that's money the company never finds again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the brother-in-law said he was only going to hunt. He made his intention very clear. He's only going to search for the money and prizes. Okay. We tell him he needs to wait, and so he did for all of 1 minute while the boys went for random eggs.
I like it. In my head, the mental image there is he's like, I'm going. They're like, wait, and he's like, okay. And then for a minute, he stood there like the sprinter, ready to go,
just waiting. And he's like, set that fucking handicap time at a 1 minute mark. I'm about to fucking get these eggs, dude. Mark time. You're at 45 seconds. Okay. Oh, fucking get in the zone, Mike. Get in the zone, Mike.
Remember,
get these fucking eggs,
training.
dude.
You got this.
Remember your training. Stay calm. It's all about the Benjamins.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
He waits for 1 minute. He takes off. Brother-in-law asks if he can go, which he was told he could. So this guy fucking takes off.
Hey, the second that the horse is out the stable, you're off the hook.
The family urged him to use a basket, and he refused, saying he'll hold what he finds, which he points out again that he's only picking up the ones with the money and the prizes.
Okay.
Mike, you'll need a basket. That's only going to slow me down, Mum. Okay? I've told you that I'm going for the money and the prizes.
This is the most like alpha energy of all time. Like,
frustrated at this, I tell him to play normal and not just pick and choose. I may have come off a little strong, and he got very offended, saying I disrespected him. So he turned around and he's like, "You gonna disrespect me mid-game, dude? You know I'm like laser focused right now."
You're getting in my head, and my head needs to be clear for the hunt.
Yeah.
For the hunt. You know that this noggin, laser focus. And what you're doing here is you're mental intos. And so you need to fucking step back, or it'll be a technical foul. So
fucking
I'll call the fucking ref.
You fucking watch yourself, Mark. You fucking watch yourself, cunt.
You might have married my brother. You might have married my brother, but I'll fucking drop you, cunt, if I have to. I'll punch ya. I'll tackle ya if I have to get to me eggs.
You get in between me and my money, okay? And I'm gonna cut you, dude. Okay? Why don't you remember that before you try to mental intos me?
We got to have an issue.
He proceeded to quit participating and sat down. He went, "That's it."
Oh my god, the pettiest thing you can do. The pettiest. Hey, listen, Mark, listen, I get it, you're a bit younger. Really exciting. But this is really for the kids, and I only sort of spread the prize and the money stuff around just for a bit of fun, so we could, get involved and help them have a better time. And I just would appreciate if you maybe took a step back, realized it's about the family, and it's about the kids, and them having a great experience. And it's maybe not so much about you. Does that make sense?
No, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense that you're fucking up my day right now, dude. Okay?
Sorry?
You are
What?
Come on close, okay? There are kids around. I don't want to hear this. You are
what's up?
Fucking up my run right now. I'm trying to I'm fucking trying to speed run to get this goddamn money and these prizes, and you are fucking this up for me. Mental intosing me? So first, I get the 1 minute handicap, and you're mental intosing me right now, dude. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna sit down, okay? Because otherwise, I'm gonna fucking stab you, dude.
What? This day's for the kids. I don't understand. What are you talking about?
Oh, dude, this is fucking Easter's.
What are my runs for?
Easter's for everyone, cunt. All right. I told you this when the email went around about the fucking Well,
you don't have to raise your voice. You don't have to.
I'm literally not raising my voice. I'm literally not raising my voice. I'm literally lowering my voice. Okay, so
you're whisper yelling at me. You're whisper yelling at me, and I don't appreciate that.
I'll show you whisper yelling, dude.
Okay, well now you're doing it more. You know why? Why don't you go sit down then? Why don't you go sit down then? If you're gonna be a little bitch, you're gonna be like, all my runs. Go sit down. This is for the kids, dude. Fuck. Knew we shouldn't have invited you. I said it was a bad idea.
Oh, you're a bitch, dog. You're a bitch.
What did you call me?
Yeah.
I'm a bitch? Oh, I'm a bitch? Who's single and 31 and doesn't have a job? That's you, cunt. You live in our basement.
I'm 17, dude. I'm 17.
Are you? I missed that.
You're a 31-year-old man yelling at me, a 17-year-old. Fucking. Hey, everyone, get a load of this fucking creep.
James, I've only now just put together that person.
I'm 17, dog.
That makes a lot more sense.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Fucking grow up, man. Grow up. Oof. So he quits. He quits and he goes and sits down. We all tried to tell him to still participate, which I wasn't against as long as he wasn't trying to just go for the money. He adamantly refused. He adamantly refused to play, saying I'm being disrespectful to him over some money. I'm just looking to make sure it's fair to all of the kids who are only 3 and 1 and are his only nephews.
Yep.
He storms off after a long silence. Hours later, he tells my wife that he wants nothing to do with me ever again until I apologize. While I felt that I did no actual wrong, I apologized, stating I could have handled it better, but he refused to acknowledge he did anything wrong.
Oh, fun.
What do I do now?
Oh, that's a tricky one because, yeah, you did nothing wrong, but he's also 17 and cannot be reasoned with. So,
yeah, but
that's the issue you're facing here.
Yeah, but he kept saying, like, you know, oh, he was in the wrong, whatever. Did he do anything wrong?
Are you the game? Explain yourself.
The game was chocks and bucks, okay? And he said, I'm not here to fuck spiders. I'm going for the, I don't want the chocks. I can get chocks any day of the week. I'm here for the quiche, okay?
Yeah, but the rules of an Easter egg hunt is you have to pick up what you find.
Sorry, dude, but you made the rules. And off the back of those rules, I forged an incredibly lucrative strategy. I'm sorry that these two fucking 3-year-old and 1-year-old losers didn't think of the cool fucking money strat that I've got going.
No, you got me. I mean, what do you do now? Concede defeat. He got you.
He's just playing. You set the rules of the game, and he's playing the game how he wants to, which he's allowed to do.
He's playing to win. He's playing to win.
And you know, dog, you know that you know the 1-year-old and you know the 3-year-old, they're not going to invest it wisely, Greg. They're going to spend it recklessly on sports betting apps. They're going to start a dropshipping company. They're going to burn all of their fucking money in chargeback fees.
Uh-huh. Yeah, famously so.
Oh, what do I do now? The only way out is you got to 1v1 him, dude, and win. And I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, I don't think you come out of that with the W.
Definitely not.
This guy's spending 12 hours a night grinding, getting his aim on point.
Dude,
exactly. You give that boy a mouse, that's a laser gun for him. Doesn't matter what the weapon is, okay? And you come out here, you say, oh, well, you know, the new smoke physics, I'll get him. You won't, because that shit's a laser gun in his hands right now, son. That's what you can't 1v1.
You're a 31-year-old man. You have a job.
Ice you, bro.
You have children. You have responsibilities. You've got dinner to cook. You've got kids to fucking bathe. You've got trash to take out. He's 17 years old with nothing else to do, nothing but free time. You're not going to win that. You're going to embarrass yourself again.
You were good at it. You were good at it when you were 22 and in college. That was years ago. He's gonna ice you.
You're a ghost.
Out.
You're a ghost of your former self, dude. You're an empty shell. Okay?
You're barely the man you used to be. Your wife doesn't look at you the same. Your kids barely acknowledge you. And you think you're gonna beat this punk?
Yeah.
In his prime?
It's not gonna happen.
Wow.
It's not gonna happen.
That's embarrassing that you would think that.
Take the L, as they say. Go to him and just cough up all of the money that was supposed to be dished out and say...
Just hand him that cash.
And just say, you know what? I'm sorry.
It's yours.
To the victor goes the spoils. And I'm sorry about
frankly.
it. You know?
He's earned it. It's his money at this point.
You've robbed him, is what's happened.
And is that really the kind of lesson you want to be teaching your kids?
Oh. That's good, dude. That's good.
Come on. Is that... that's a role model for them, is it?
Yeah.
Wow. Steal from your own family? Wow.
Wow, yeah, you really want to tell your kids that the only way that they can win is if dad rigs the fucking game for them? Cool lesson, dude.
Embarrassing.
Solved it.
I think you solved it, and you got to take your L's sometimes.
You took a fucking big one. Now you look like a fucking stupid little bitch. All right. Yeah. I'm sorry, but that's how it looks.
I didn't take any pleasure in changing the question from saying yes to done. I didn't take any pleasure in that mouse click. But let me tell you, it was the honest thing to do. And I think if you look inside yourself, you realize that too. You realize that, in fact, this is our advice, and you need to get your you need to get your family in order. Okay?
And stop embarrassing yourself out here. That would be my number one takeaway. You know what I mean?
Stop taking L's so publicly. Why are you posting your L's, bro? Stop
posting
your L's.
That's such a good...
always doing that these days.
I know.
Doesn't make you endearing, just makes you a fucking loser.
You know, and those are words to live by, you know?
And if that ain't advice, I don't know what is. James, let's talk about the feature question. Now, this one, on the topic of Easter egg hunts, on the topic of just the shenanigans, the hijinks that occur at Easter time, we know it and we love it, you know. As you said, it's all about the chocolate. It's all about the days off. It's all about the thing with Jesus or whatever. Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
But it's mostly about the hunt and the sport of the hunt. Okay.
Yeah.
That's famously, when you think of Easter, you think of the hunt.
Yeah.
And you think of the bloodshed that occurs.
And
you think of Satan.
Of course.
And you think of Satan. Yeah. So
very rarely am I not thinking of the big man downstairs.
I think about him a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did. Yeah. He's an interesting dude. He
sometimes
does
I think
whisper sweet nothings into my ear at night.
I look up into the moon at night and I think, Satan's looking at the same moon, you know? And where is he and what's he doing?
But through my butt. Because I'm in the way, because he's down there.
Sure. I'm sure.
Up.
Yeah.
You don't have that thought? That's just me?
Do I think that Satan looks into my anus?
No, but just when I'm staring, looking at the moon, I just think, wow, Satan could be looking at my butt right now.
Wow, that's so vapid, dude. That's the ego coming out, you know? You think of all the things that Satan could be spending his time looking at, you think he's looking at your butt. Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's in front of him.
You know?
I'm sorry, it's in front of him. What is he, a saint? No, he's a fallen angel, James. His eyes are gonst to look at, they're gonst to wander, and what are they going to find? The tush.
Clip it.
So, yeah, look, I'm not proud of that. Let's all move on quickly and swiftly. James, a little background. I'm 28, a male living in a big city, and yard space for entertaining is a luxury. I inherited 10 acres of land from my grandfather, which he bought in the 70s. It's a dream location for an Easter egg hunt, and 90% of family events are held on my property. There are 2 houses on the property. My house that I built 2 years ago and my grandfather's house, which has remained untouched since he died.
Okay.
I'm an atheist, and you will not catch me in a church, but I have no problem celebrating religious holidays like Easter if there is food involved. Oh, so you're one of those atheists. You're a bit of a cunt. If there's food involved. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I would say, but I would say that a lot of those events are sort of, they've gone beyond, you know, their religious meanings, and it's like, you know.
It's like family get together and
Christmas,
worshiping Satan,
presents, Easter, chalk.
Satan. Oh.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Well, you know.
Chocolate and Satan, obviously.
Each to their own. Each to their own.
Yeah, you get it. My dad and his wife are more active in church than most of the family. My family was getting together for Easter. My dad asked me as a favor to let his wife invite her church friends for an egg hunt after lunch.
Okay.
I reluctantly agreed. Okay. Already a little uncomfortable, but hey, you're being a good sport.
Yeah.
Being a good sport. This pious kid, who I thought at the time was 12 to 13 from his size, but I found out later is 9, asked me why I'd never go to church.
Mm.
Keep in mind, I've never met this kid in my life, so I can only assume he's heard something about me from his stepmom. All I said was church was not my thing. He asked why not. I said a different point of view, and he wanted to know what religion I was. I said I don't belong to any religion, and I consider myself an atheist.
Yeah. I said, oh, listen here, you nosy little fucker.
Listen, you invasive little fuck.
Yeah, I'm atheist, all right? And maybe fucking cool your jets.
Maybe take a step back.
Yeah.
And fucking just let me breathe.
Fucking
hey, kid,
chill,
step the
dude.
fuck off.
Yeah.
Step the fuck off. Or I'm gonna have to step to you. Is that what you want? Because
okay.
I will. I'll do it. I'll punch a 9-year-old. I'll do it. I'm an atheist. We have no morals. There's no morality in secularism. I'll punch a kid.
Wow.
Yeah, that's just the truth. That's just the truth of it, James. Without God, there is no morality. From that conversation,
Don't we all know it?
Sorry, I skipped 2 lines. I said different point of view, and he wanted to know what religion I was. I said I don't belong to any. I don't belong to any religion, and I consider myself an atheist. He asked what that is, and I said I do not believe in a higher power. From that conversation, he told me I was a devil worshipper. This is kind of like if someone says, "Hey, what's your favorite?" You're at the bar, the AFL's on. You're at, you're having, someone. Oh, what team do you support? Actually, I don't really love sport. Wow. So you don't like sport. So you think that no one should be able to play sport and exercise should be outlawed.
Yeah.
No one should be allowed to go outside, exercise. That's what you think. You're like, no, I just sport's not for me. Like,
yeah. You say like, oh, I don't really watch it or anything like that. And he goes, oh, you think you're better than me? I'm sorry. Oh, you think you're better than me, huh? And you think you're cooler than fun? You think you're better than fun, dude?
You think you're better than fun? I've checked. Fun's better than you, cunt. So, what about that?
Hard to argue with,
It's hard to. Hey, sometimes arguments are so rhetorically tight and foolproof.
Yeah,
you just have to step back and take the L. That's one of those scenarios.
Even when they're wrong, they're right because they argued it so well.
Damn, bro. Something moral ambiguity. James, I was like, what the fuck? I told him I sure was, and in the house he would see my animal sacrifices mounted on the wall.
Hell yeah.
I told him everyone thinks those deer are from hunting, but they're really sacrifices. This kid lost his shit. He ran screaming to his mom saying I was a devil worshiper and sacrificed animals. He was crying with snot running down his face.
Mm-hmm.
This is fantastic. At first, my dad and stepmom did not get what the kid was saying because I don't hunt. Oh, the deer mounted on the walls belonged to my grandfather. My dad asked why this kid thinks you're a devil worshiper who kills deer. I told him the kid was nosy and made assumptions that I agreed with.
Dog,
I got yelled at.
What are you doing? That is your opportunity to go, I have no idea. This kid he kept coming up to me. He kept coming up to me and he was like, he kept talking about like Easter and stuff. And I was like, yeah, Easter's pretty cool. And then he was like, you're a devil worshiper, devil man. And I was like, I don't know where you got that from. And you know what? I think it might actually be your wife said that to him because I don't know where he would have gotten that from. You know what I mean?
He was yelling at me about deer. I didn't say nothing about deer.
Yeah. He said, you sacrificed them, devil man. And I was like, I don't know where he got this from.
Crazy. You missed the off ramp for sure. There was a way out of this, and you didn't, because he's 9. No one's gonna believe him. Like, he's a 9-year-old religious kid. That's like slightly worse than a normal 9-year-old. It's like reliability, what he's saying. He's already brainwashed. Like, no one's coming up to that kid being like, let me ask you for some empirical facts. Like, no one's trusting that kid.
He tried to look, guys, I'm gonna be honest with all of you. He tried to steal my Easter eggs from the hunt, and I said, no, obviously you can't have my Easter eggs. If you want your Easter eggs, you've got to, get them yourself in the Easter egg hunt. That's the whole point of it. And then I tried to segue it into maybe like a story that he would understand. I tried to do the whole like Jesus with the bread and the fish and the wine thing. And he really wasn't having any of it. And then he just screamed at me. He said, "F you, devil man." And I don't know where he's got
that. Just like that.
I don't know where he's got that language from.
Yeah. Not from me.
But, all of this just came out of, him wanting my delicious chocolate eggs that I earned. And I said, sorry, you can't have it. I thought it was a teaching moment. I really did, guys. And I see my error now because they're just eggs at the end of the day. I should have just given them to him. But I thought it could be a real teaching moment for him. And, that's my mistake.
Isn't like gluttony one of the like sins or whatever? I was trying to steer him away from that.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
I was doing him a favor for his he believes in all that crazy stuff. I was trying throwing him a bone.
And then when he goes, "I didn't say that. I didn't say any of that." You go, "Now, Michael, thou shalt not lie. So
thou shalt not tell fibs.
Let's remember that, mate." Hit him with one of those.
You're in a really powerful position here you're basically impervious rhetorically, and you fucked it up somehow.
Yeah.
Like this. Anyway,
I think he forgot that he could lie.
Yes, he did. Yeah. Well, because he's so disengaged with this whole occurrence that he's forgetting that he's so just
you
like,
know what?
Well,
fuck this dude. Actually, fuck this guy. Because he was so desperate to like get one over in an argument with a 9-year-old. That he fucked himself. And it's like, you know what? You have made your bed, now sleep in it, mate. Because you had every opportunity to come out on top on this one. And you said, no, I'm gonna bring myself down to the 9-year-old's level, and I'm gonna go toe to toe with him, and we're gonna duke this out. And you lost. You lost.
How are you trying to lose an argument to a 9-year-old?
Yeah, dude.
It's brutal. I mean, it does get better though, and this is incredibly good. So, I got yelled at by this kid's parents. They are literally yelling at me red-faced, and I can't stop laughing as they tell me about my prosperity and that I'm evil. Okay. I tell them to go take the superstitious bullshit off my property.
Oh,
I'm catching so much hell. This is a step phrase I love. A step phrase. I can't even talk tonight. A phrase I love. Drama llama stepmom. Drama llama? Very American. Drama llama stepmom is saying I have humiliated her in front of the entire church and she will never forgive me. I told her I don't care. Reminded her I only tolerate her.
Oh.
Oof.
Wow.
Oh my God. My dad wrote a public apology on his Facebook on my behalf.
Ooh.
There was some backlash from the family and he deleted it. I feel a family meeting coming on, which I won't subject myself to.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for agreeing with this little brat about his assumptions? I really think they overreacted. I might have taken it too far with the deer sacrifice. Bro, here's the thing. It's not that you're the asshole. It's that you're the dumbass. Okay. Yeah. You're the dipshit that there are so many off ramps in this. Yeah. Okay.
I need you to like earnestly do this with me. Okay. I need you to take a step back and really take into account everything that happened to you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The people coming over to the house, the egg hunt, all of that stuff. You were doing a nice thing for your dad and his wife, okay?
That you don't like, clearly.
Yeah, and that's fine. You're doing a nice thing for your dad. You like your dad, I'm guessing. And then you kick up shit with your dad, torch the relationship with your stepmom, cause a problem with the community, even though it might not be a community you're part of, they're still members of the community that you're in.
Yeah.
And all of this chain of events was set off, and your life now has actual real life ramifications from a 9-year-old.
Because you had the goal to try and own him with knowledge and logic.
You tried to own a 9-year-old in a debate.
What?
And now you have real life problems. Real life relationship issues. A breaking down of a relationship with your dad and your stepmom kicked off by a debate with a 9-year-old, dude.
a family meeting is gonna get called.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing, but that's gonna happen.
And they're gonna
And
say,
like,
Mark, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? A
the
9-year-old
fuck,
set you
bro.
off? You let a
That's how
9-year-old
you,
get under your skin?
also, like, this is clearly an adult. Like, he says he's 28, but like, lives in a city, owns this property, clearly has no idea about how he fits into the world writ large. Because like it's not like he's, oh yeah, have this life experience, own this property. He just like inherited the
Yeah.
property. I bet the family's not thrilled that he got it, given it's his grandfather. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are other things here which I think are, contributing to him being a bit of a shithead.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is like not the only people that are going to think that you're not the asshole are the same kind of assholes that would do this.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah.
Like, it's like other atheists who are like, haha, you got it. Like,
unless this is you fishing, right? You've gone fishing on Reddit and you've gone, am I the asshole here? And anyone who's like, definitely not, you're like, I'm baiting out all the other people who would have also had a debate with a 9-year-old.
You say, add friend.
These are my people. Yes.
This is my new community.
Yeah, so
come out to my acreage.
What this 9-year-old failed to understand, this is really a straw man fallacy. This is 9-year-old.
Exactly.
All the like Twitter debate lingo. He's like, you really needed to steel man your argument with this 9-year-old by, talking about if he'd have grown up if he was born in another part of the world, he'd be worshiping a different god, and really break down fundamentally. It's like, dog. He's
like
9.
They're like,
he's 9.
They're like, yes, well, if you had only applied the Derridian framework and pointed out that Foucault's idea of atomization applies, it's like, bro, he's 9 trying to find some eggs.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
He goes, all these grown adults like really like, nailing down what their debate should have been, really like just quoting like Richard Dawkins or whatever.
They're like, oh yes, let me just get my instruments ready. Yes. Well, I think he'll find.
Oh man.
Oh my, this is like the living embodiment of the well actually guy. He's like a well actually person.
Oh yeah, this is that I'm actually for sure.
Yeah. Cause like here's the thing. If your family is this type of religious and there are people around them that is type of religious and you invite them onto your property, you're making a tacit agreement to not be an asshole about the fact that like they agree with something that you may not agree with, right? Like that is fundamentally like this is a social contract you're making. Yeah. Now, if they transgress that in some way, you're well within your rights to be like, hey, take your superstitious shit and get lost. Like if there is a situation where I could see that being an appropriate response.
For sure.
You thought it was funny to mess with a 9-year-old?
Yeah.
Because
as the kid was running away, I made sure to shout out, and Santa's not real, you fucking loser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're gonna die one day. It is a bit
your
funny,
life is meaningless. Meaningless.
It's not worth.
You're a grain of sand in the ocean of time.
You're a speck of carbon. You don't matter.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. You've gone, you know what? Okay. I'm not gonna I don't agree with this stuff, but I'm doing this favor for my dad and his wife, and and I'm putting that shit aside just for not even a day, a couple hours, dude. And you're gonna fucking toe to toe with a 9-year-old and then lose and then cause real problems in your life. Let's reevaluate. You know what I mean?
I don't think you're ready. I don't think you're ready for I think you need to you're not ready to have these arguments. You need to play it safe. You're not there yet. You can't thread that needle. You don't have it like that.
Certainly not ready for this jelly. So,
yeah, not how I would have phrased it, but that's
I mean, definitely solved.
Yeah, I mean the answer is You're not a good look.
So we've got 2 more questions left. We're gonna rapid fire these. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and get through them. There's a lot in this though.
They're very long.
Now,
yes.
I'm 27. I've never been close with my sister Emma, who's 32. She always insults or criticizes me whenever she got the chance, and we both resented each other growing up. She semi-apologized for this as an adult, but we still don't have a relationship. She also lives completely across the state with her husband and 2 kids, Ruby, who's 8, and James, who's 6. And I've only met my niece and nephew in person twice, and I don't really keep up with their lives.
Now, just to different James?
Yeah. So just to make that really clear.
Yeah.
So Ruby, right? Yep. Ruby, 8-year-old daughter of Emma, and this James, 6-year-old son of Emma. This so James, 33-year-old, unrelated to Emma and her family. Yeah.
Okay, but you have the same name.
I'm gonna call this 6-year-old kid Jim. Now.
Okay. Yeah.
Every year.
Why sometimes I call you Jim sometimes to annoy you. So it's not you.
Right.
Okay. I'm just making sure. I don't want to. Hey, it's for the listener, not for me. I'm just for them, making sure that there's no confusion.
I'm just like, let's try to not set me off just while I just run through the, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
No, sorry. You said rapid fire, but it was one of those details that if we didn't clarify, could have really backfired on us.
Definitely. People definitely would have misconstrued.
They could have.
Yeah, they could have. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for breaking that down. I'm so glad that wasn't a massive time suck hurdle that we just committed to.
Great working relationship we have.
Every year, a dozen friends and I will all get together for an Easter basket making party. We all chip in and bring supplies to make about 300 mini Easter baskets for less fortunate kids. They're given to a local domestic violence shelter and to the local children's hospital. My parent friends also bring their children to be the Easter Bunny's helpers and follow his special instructions. Each basket needs 5 plastic eggs with fun-sized candy inside, 1 king-size candy bar, 1 snack, and 1 activity like a coloring book. They also get to make one for themselves. The older ones find it corny, but they all enjoy designing / customizing the baskets and are proud to do a good thing. There is also food and games at these parties, so everyone has a good time. It sounds great.
This sounds awesome. Yeah, can we do this?
This is sick.
This is like doing a good thing and like also having a great time with people you care about and you love. This is fucking awesome. I'm fully here for this. Like, I want to go to this now.
Yeah, I know. This sounds fun.
Yeah.
Last Monday, Emma texted me out of the blue asking, I saw Gina's post about the baskets. Gina made a Facebook post about the baskets her son designed and about supporting the community. When will Ruby and Jim be getting theirs? I wasn't even sure how Emma knew Gina. I responded back that the baskets were meant for kids whose parents couldn't afford them. Emma got mad and texted me back how she's, quote, struggling financially and, we don't make a lot of money. Her husband is an insurance broker and Emma works part-time as a receptionist. They also don't have any outstanding medical bills or anything like that. They aren't rich, but they can certainly afford to buy their own Easter baskets. I asked why she would expect me to donate Easter baskets to 2 kids who I don't even know, and more importantly, have families that can provide them with baskets already.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a fair point. Like, we're here doing a good thing for people who can't afford it. We're not just making gifts for people we know.
Yeah, I was sort of cringing on behalf of Emma here. Like, this is tough to hear.
This is like a bit of a wild message to send out of nowhere.
It's like the lack of self-awareness, because that initial text could have been joking. Where for could have been playful, but it isn't. Like,
it's definitely not. And by the sounds of it, they don't have that kind of relationship. So
no, they don't. This is rough. I'm already strapping in.
Now Emma's finding any post about the party and leaving passive-aggressive comments like, if only Ruby and Jim could have had one too. And it's too bad Ruby and Jim didn't have a more attentive auntie. That's fucked. My aunt is calling me selfish because I could easily afford 2 more baskets with my salary. My mother has also contacted me saying she's disappointed in me for, quote, allowing my pettiness to hurt Ruby and Jim's holiday, which all either have nothing to do with or are beyond the point.
Yeah, they have nothing to do with nothing to do with it.
I feel that I shouldn't take away those baskets from the less fortunate kids to give ones whose parents can actually afford them their own. I don't know if I'm somehow dense or being an asshole since they are my niece and nephew. What's the right thing to do in this situation?
Dog, this is fucking brutal to just hear.
You're doing the right thing, by the way. You're literally
in every sense.
Yeah, you and people you know are taking time, your money, your time and your money, and you are giving back to communities and people who are less fortunate than you. You're giving people and giving children an Easter that they otherwise wouldn't have been able to have. You're doing the right thing. You're good. These other people, they suck.
Building a community while doing it as well.
Yeah.
Building a community, people that value this as an activity to do with each other. You are doing the thing people talk about when they say collective action.
Yeah.
That is what you are doing. And these people, Emma is saying, yeah, but where's mine?
But where's mine?
Bro, that's the point.
Emma, read the room, dude.
That's the point.
Read the room, Emma. Okay?
Oh, that's the point. Where's my... Yeah, where is yours? That's the point of what we're doing. This is for people that can't go out and get theirs. And instead of going out and getting theirs and taking care of your family, you're posting on Facebook. The fact that you have access to Facebook and internet means that this is not a going concern for you for the most part.
Yeah, it's also a good point. Yeah.
Sell your phone and buy your kids some Easter baskets, you conceited cunt. Like, Jesus Christ. Sorry, this shit.
No, 1,000%.
This shit is like... This shit is every fucking believer in capitalism who thinks it's all about themselves. It's like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing here? Like, this is such a wholesome... You're fine. You're fine. James nailed it. Like, you're doing the right thing. You're doing it the right way. Yes, it's gestural. And like, yes, it's not going to fix like a systematic problem. But you are developing your own system that can push against the existing structures and systems, and will eventually make a net positive for the people involved in it. Even if that net positive is one better day for those kids, because one better day is enough. If a bunch of people have enough better days and helps people have better days, get better educated, help improve the system. Like, this is...
And by the sounds of it, you're doing that times 300.
A lot. You're doing it a lot. And you're encouraging other people and children who are going to come on and become our future, right? Children are going to be our future. You're encouraging them to find this as a valuable thing. Even the older kids, it's cheesy. They see the value. Like, you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And this person is just like, this shit is whack, man. Like, this shit is goofy. To be someone posting on Facebook being like, 100 out of 350 down, having a great time with the fam. Yeah, but what about 352 and 2 of those are for my kids?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
That's the solution here. I would make 2 extra baskets.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna go online and I'm gonna find 2 pictures of really sad, disheveled, rundown kids. Okay. And I'm gonna put them on the basket. And little names as well, right? And then when I take them around to her place, I go to hand it to them, and I'm making sure that the mum and the sister are watching as I'm giving them to my niece and nephew. I go, here you guys go. Here are your Easter. Oh, whoops. Let me just take those off. These were the 2. Yeah, these were the 2 struggling kids who were supposed to get these baskets, but we had to take it off them because Mummy and Grandma insisted that you guys get them. So we're just going to have to... Sorry about that. I'll just take their pictures off. Baskets aren't for them anymore. They're for you guys. So yeah, a bit of a sad Easter there for Lenny and Kenny that was supposed to get these ones. But hey,
they related, or they just have similar names?
Similar names. They're good friends. They'll at least you guys will get some joy out of them. And make sure you look at the mum and the sister dead in the eyes as you say that.
If I was gonna +1 your idea, because I think it's pretty brilliant, is maybe get someone to film it for posterity, or maybe even like Facebook live stream it, if that's a thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, really put them on the spot with like, really pump up the fact that like there's no way out of this. They have to realize they've done the wrong thing.
Okay, so you want to fully name and shame...
I'm flaming them
on the internet. Okay.
I'm on fuego. These guys are on my grill, and it's on high.
And
Okay.
then you obviously want to turn to the mum and the sister, and you say like, yeah, we make about just a little over 300 Easter baskets each year for the less fortunate. How many do you guys sort of? Oh, none. Yeah.
None. Oh, weird.
Well, yeah. Well, I guess
Weird.
you guys obviously don't make any, but I think you made -2 this year because of the 2 that we had to take off of
And then you drop the mic, and then
less
you walk
fortunate
out.
kids so
Yeah.
that Ruby and Jim could get theirs. So
This
happy
one,
Easter for some, I guess, but not others.
this one was a wee bit depressing just to be part of. Just to hear that people are still like this.
But we got to
And also
slam
a
them.
little
We got
bit,
to slam them. We got to roast them and toast them.
we get to same. It's also a little confusing because the kid's name was James. And that's also your name.
Oh, sorry. Okay. His name was I changed it in the story to make it
Oh,
easier
his
to-
name was, yeah, but before it was James, and that was a bit confusing for me. So
Well,
that's a production.
let's put that in the past
now.
now. Yeah, and we've got another
Okay.
question. Maybe we'll jump into that one. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you don't have to tell me twice, James. Fuck. Sorry, I got confused. On account of the question that we just did.
I'm just sort of thinking about okay, yeah. 45. 45, yeah.
Oh.
Just thinking about how many pages out of the Maynard Trigg book I'm going to be burning tonight. Sort of.
How many do you have left?
The whole book. The whole book. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's started. You bought another one, starting from fresh.
No. Same one. Just I've always cherished it, sitting on my bookshelf right there. Just down there. I can see it. I'm looking right at it.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah.
Are they going to be 45 random pages or consecutive?
I'll sort of make sure to take them out here and there so that in case someone else gets their hands on it, the book just won't make any sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. It's good.
Yeah.
I think it's just more advisable.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you want to read this one or?
Hey, I'd love to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I nothing would make me more doing that than doing it. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, that's my choice.
Cool.
Yeah. James, this one comes from GeoReality 9102 on Reddit, a classic username. My 31 brother Tom, I'm 31 male.
Yeah.
My brother Tom, male 28, has a girlfriend named Harper, female 25. They've dated for 4 years. They still aren't married. They never want to, but Harper calls herself a significant other. They have no kids and Harper doesn't work. This would be fine if they didn't struggle financially. They've had to move in with my parents because of debt. My family thinks Harper is lazy and she compensates by being a perfect housewife. Harper puts all of her free time into party planning, as in planning our family's birthdays and holidays, which we never asked for and don't like. She treats every event like it's a wedding and she is the wedding planner.
Okay.
That's high maintenance. Oh boy. For context, she makes spreadsheets of all the things to do weeks in advance. These are the people in charge of the food. This many people, this budget, these options, up for debate later. These people do decorations, cleaning up before and after, color schemes, and attire suggestions. These people do entertainment, karaoke games, music playlists, movie slideshows. My family collectively rolls their eyes and says things like, Harper, it's a birthday for a 1-year-old. My 1-year-old. There will be 10 people there. So fuck off with this list.
Wow. Okay. Sort of just
aggressive.
Hitting her with it.
Yeah. You know what? Honest though. Honest. Harper pouts and is moody at the events because if only we did it this way, it would be so much more special and memorable. I'm hosting Easter at my house because I have a large yard for the kids to hunt eggs. As usual, Harper sent the family spreadsheet for the event. Apparently, my job as host is to properly clean my house.
Okay. Dear dirty bird. Your job.
Dear filthy Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weed and mulch my flower beds and remove a dead tree on the edge of my property.
Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot, actually.
This is really good too. There was a tips and tricks for lawn care she added at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God. Harper has decided to cook the food. Her budget is $120, $155 if I want a cake. I emailed her back and I emailed her back and simply said, "Who invited you?"
Yeah. Okay.
She texted me a bunch of question marks. I texted back. Unfortunately, there will be no +1s to watch my kids find eggs in the yard. If I let my brother bring a date, then I'd have to let my other guests bring dates, and we have already hit our budget of grocery store ham.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sure you understand how these things are. Best wishes.
Ooh. Okay.
She stopped talking to me. My brother is mad at me. My dad thinks I'm petty. My sister couldn't care less, the real MVP. My mom is happy lol. She hates Harper. My wife wants me to act my age and stop this drama, but because it's my family, she's leaving it to be my decision. Am I the asshole for banning Harper? What's the right move? Listen, this is a tough one because you're not wrong, but no one likes an asshole who's right.
Right. Yeah.
Like, but also she's family. She's allowed to come. What are you talking about? They've been together 4 years. Like, there's some magical threshold in every relationship in every family, and your mileage is going to vary family to family. But 4 years is enough that if they'd gotten married, you wouldn't be able to say, sorry, no dates. You can't bring your wife. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
4 years is a little too long for you to be like, no +1s actually. So
no +1s. So. Also, you can just say, hey, I've got the planning under control. All good. You don't have to say who invited you.
Yeah.
How old are you? You're 31? Bro,
hitting her back. That's a good one, actually. Hitting her back with the, that's cool. We've already got planning's taken care of. Don't worry about it. See you on Sunday at 9:30. You know what I mean? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or
because the answer to who invited you is your brother. Because she's part of the family.
Yeah.
What do you mean who invited? Like, oh, you didn't get the invite in the mail, so you're not coming? Like, this is high school.
Well, it sounds like everyone is tired of the whole party planner shtick. So
exhausted by it. Yeah.
What if everyone bands together and we let her party plan one time? And we all get involved, you know. But we all perform our duties just a little bit off. Just a little bit wrong.
You're gonna hoist this woman by her own petard.
Well, I'm just saying, like, could we be so bad at being party planned that she never wants to plan a party for us again?
Now, this is good, actually. Yeah, you should have gone for the teenage route of, like, if I do the dishes poorly, they won't ask you to do the dishes again.
Exactly. You know? Oh, can you get, would you be able to get, blue, you know, some blue decorations or whatever? And you show up with aqua decorations, you know? Oh, would you be able to bring some chips? And then you show up with, like, you know, the worst thing known to humans that you put in your mouth, chicken twisties. You know what I mean? Like, you like intentionally fuck it up. Yeah.
By bringing what could be the worst snack to someone, it shouldn't exist. You found it in a lab and you brought it in.
Yeah. There's a reason that it's that particular shade of nuclear green. And it's because no one should ingest it. That's why.
It's sort of
warning you. It's warning you, kind of like those like neon colored frogs. You know what I mean? Like, don't eat me, I'm poisonous.
Yeah,
chicken twisties
sure.
Doing a similar
Lots
thing.
of things in nature do that. I'm a little concerned that your plan could backfire and you guys might become her project to, like, fix.
Oh, fuck.
Because that's the kind of person that goes, oh, you're slightly bad at this thing. Time to make that my mission.
Yeah. Oh, dude. And then the following, you know, the Monday morning email after the party is, you know, noticed a lot of problems, a couple of issues at the party, people going off book a little bit, and then she really doubles down, you know, like, here
she's
are the things that you did wrong.
Like,
here's what you could have done better.
Scoring matrices for you. You're going to be getting, like, weekly coaching advice. She's going to start booking in sessions,
weekly Zoom calls, that kind of thing. Yeah.
With each of you individually, and then once a fortnight as a team. Like you're in for some life coaching. Is my issue with your plan.
Okay, well then, could we make her go toe to toe with an actual party planner?
Okay, Master Chef style.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Same resources.
Yep.
Same party.
Same budget.
2 different planet.
Yeah.
Same budget, and they're next to each other.
Yes.
And guests have to attend both, and then rate their preferred event.
Yes.
Okay.
We split the backyard down the middle. We give them each a budget. They get to go off, and it's like, hey, 7-year-old's birthday party. That's it. They pick the theme, everything. They take the budget. They go and do it. All of the guests arrive, and based on how the party looks and how it's shaken out, you can go to both. You can go to both. You try them out, and at the end, everyone casts an anonymous vote, and we read out who's the winner, who's the winning party planner. And
now, James, do we run the risk of what if she's an exceptional party planner?
We double the party planner's budget. We cheat. We cheat. We have
We're
to
cooking
cheat.
the books.
We cook the books. We have to.
We don't have a choice. Otherwise, I'm going to spend fucking 6 weeks out of every year being coached by her on how to attend a party. I don't have that kind of time.
Like, we show up to the party and we go, oh, fuck. Hers is actually, oh my God, hers is actually so good. And then we go to the other party planner and we're like, this is fucked. You can't lose this. Okay.
Well, I think
here's an extra $1,500 because we're not doing the weekly Zoom calls. Okay.
Well,
we will put up some money for this.
James, at that point, it's too late. I'm hiring paid actors to attend.
That's also very good.
I can't risk them having a better time at Harper's party than the party planner's party. Because she'll know if I rig the vote, she'll know because she's looking at people and seeing how good of a time they're having.
Damn.
So I am going to have to pay off.
And it's going to be pretty obvious if, her party looks like this, the other party looks fairly similar, but then all of a sudden, a jumping castle shows up, a balloon artist shows up. It's going to be obvious
the party bags
that we double
her party bags have iPads in them.
Dog.
The other ones have candy.
Okay, yeah, okay. So we have to hire the actors.
We're gonna have to hire the actors. Yeah.
We go to because let's keep budget down. Let's go to a local theater company, and let's say, look, we're looking for 15 to 20 of your most method actors. We really need them to sell this. We're looking for your top 20.
We need your top talent.
Yeah.
I
we'll go to a university,
Oh, get the top of the class.
We need the top of the class.
I mean, if they're studying acting at university, that might not be the best place to go to find good actors, but I understand your instinct.
Wow, shots fired, but okay, yeah.
Yeah. Could we just go to Fiverr or something? They don't have to be actors, just people willing to do a job.
We're gonna get fleeced. We're gonna get fleeced if we go to Fiverr, dude. Because every time you go to Fiverr, the whole thing is like, it's $5, and you go there, and then everything is like, hold on, this is Fiverr, not 76. Why is everything start at $80 now? What is happening? You want a logo done? That's $76. I'm sorry, did you want it to have color in it? It's $156 now.
That's more than $5.
That's significantly more than $5, if I'm honest with myself.
Are we tackling this from the wrong angle? What if we set the party at a venue, okay, and then we get the venue staff to be the paid actors? It has a baked in bunch of people that don't want to get fired. They're already under pressure. We pay off the manager. They bring in all the people off shift. They come in and they're the party guests along with the people that work there. And they can work behind the scenes to make our party planners half of the party better by doing things like spoiling the food of Harper. Oops, we dropped your entrees. Oops, your drinks are warm. We used all the ice in the other esky.
Perfect. Yep. And we say to them, look, if Harper comes to you for anything, we're out of ice. I don't care if we're fucking
we're drowning in it.
We're drowning in the ice, okay? You tell her we don't have any. Yeah.
I mean, quite frankly, this might be the best advice I've ever come up with.
Harper, we put your pigs in a blanket in the oven, but we set it to 150 instead of 180, so all the pastry's undercooked. But the entrees do have to go out now, so you're just gonna have to serve them. That kind of shit.
I appreciate if you didn't talk about food because I'm very hungry. But that's a good example.
Yeah.
But if we could kind of limit our examples away from food stuff.
Oh damn! You know the party planners like mini sliders that she made.
Okay, you're
best.
doing it again.
Damn it!
Okay. It's a bit disrespectful.
It's okay, guys. We'll get it in the next one. You know.
Okay. That's fine. You just don't care about my feelings. That's cool. It's good to find out about. I mean, solved. Find a venue, pay off everyone that works there, orchestrate an elaborate MasterChef style 1v1.
Solved 11 times over. Choose any version of that fits your budget.
And if you don't have a budget, just challenge her to 1v1 you on Hang 'em High and own her ass. So you got that as well.
We have learned that, yeah, at the end of the day, the new fake your own death is 1v1 me, bro. Okay?
That's the real Easter. That's the real meaning of Easter. 1v1 me on Hang 'em High pistols only, bro.
Damn.
James, baby, that's the end of the episode of the GD Advisory, our Easter special episode. Hey, stick around afterwards. You can catch our new horror short story. We do this every time we do a holiday special. Otherwise, you can find us on youtube.com/@BlackSwanSociety. You can watch all the VODs and shorts there. You can follow us on TikTok @BLK Swan Society and Instagram BLK Swan Society. Or if you want to watch us live and be part of the conversation and catch our extra post shows when we do them, you can find us on twitch.tv/Black Swan Society. TLDR, we are Black Swan Society everywhere. James, if you're sitting there, okay, you're stewing. Oh man, it's a great episode, but I have a burning thing I need to ask. I have some advice I need to ask. You can email us blackswansociety.mail@gmail.com. That is blackswansociety.mail@gmail.com.
Or slide into our DMs, baby.
Slide in on the gram. DM us, bro. All those links are in the show notes below the episode, wherever you're finding them. And while you're down there, consider giving us a rating or a review on your podcast catcher or platform of choice, whether it's YouTube, Twitch, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you give us a rating or review. We appreciate the heck out of it. It helps other people find our show, which we really do appreciate. And if you leave us a 5-star rating or review on Apple iTunes podcast, I will read that review in the voice of your choice. You can kind of dictate, you can leave a review, leave a 5-star review and say, this is my review, and I would like David to read it in the voice of James. Could I have an example, please?
Absolutely, you can. I want you to read my review in the voice of Harrison Ford's good friend, Shia LaBeouf.
I don't know how he sounds. Hang on, give me a second. Shia. This is one of those real gamble bits that I do, where I just have to sort of try and remember.
And while David's doing that, I will say, if you're an artist, if you're a creator of things, we'd love to know what you're working on. We'd love to see it. We'd love to hear it, whatever it is. Maybe you want us to throw some feedback at it, if that's what you're after. Either way, we'd love to know what you're working on. Get in contact with us. Again, in the DMs, at the Gmail. Let us know. Show us what you're working on.
Do you have the review that you want me to read?
Absolutely. The review that I would like you to read is, just like the television program Even Stevens, I love this podcast. It wasn't their best review. I'm going to be honest with you. It wasn't their best one.
It's like the television series Even Stevens.
Yeah.
What's the last bit?
David reminds me of Beans from Even Stevens. And also, I love this podcast. You know, an easy one to work with.
That's some material. I'll give you that.
You're welcome.
Okay. He's kind of like Canadian sounding, but he's not. So he's got that like little twang to him. So he goes, so how does he sound? Life. David reminds me of Beans from Even Stevens, and also I love this podcast. That's a pretty good Shia
David,
LaBeouf, if I'm being honest.
Get Shia LaBeouf off the mic and do the impression now, please. Okay,
James, that was me.
Get out of town, mate. Convincing.
I was James, I was listening to the podcast and I was thinking about
Shia,
my
I'm
life
such
and
a
what it
big fan.
means.
I'm such a big fan.
What it means for me. And, you know, when I listen to the podcast, I don't worry about the fact that I was morally bankrupt and about the fact that, like, you know, my life has always been kind of complicated.
Shia,
like
I love that live stream that you done where you watched all of your own stuff that you made in the theater.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you know, it's so funny. People, they talk to me about that all the time, and what they don't understand about that is that it was actually it was quite hard for me, quite confronting.
Hey, Shia, you're such a great actor. Would you be able to do an impersonation of my friend David?
Oh yeah, for sure. What? Yeah, I know him. He's kind of internet famous. I can do that. Yeah. Okay. He's Australian. He's Australian, right?
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. I had it coming through.
He's from Brisbane. He's from Brisbane.
Oh, Brisbane. Brisbane is what we call it. Yeah.
Right, Brisbane. That's what I said. Yeah.
Right. Well, close. You get. Yeah. You sort of.
Well, I'm an artist. You can actually, you know, it's one of those things.
So, you're right. I'm interpreting.
Perception defines reality.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is you're trying to define my reality for me.
David, in this impression, I'd like you to say, Shamalama Ding Dong. Thank you so much for joining us. James is awesome. Be right back after the break. Like that.
Yeah. Okay. And he's Australian.
He is. Yeah.
From Brisbane.
From Brisbane. Yeah.
Brisbane.
For sure.
Shamalama Ding Dong. I'm David, and thanks for listening to this podcast. I'm from Australia, and hey, thank you so much. Shamalama Ding Dong from Brisbane.